Hi, friends. My name is Toni Cureton. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Life Skills FYI. Life Skills FYI provides a set of core adult capabilities to manage work, family, and relationships successfully. It's designed to help build the skills adults need for life. Life Skills FYI teaches skills of planning, awareness, focus, self-control, and flexibility. They are daily living skills to promote successful, independent living, skills that every adult should know, but were never taught in school. Life Skills FYI premieres on Thursdays at 10 a.m. on our My Virtual Academy Facebook page and on Instagram. Today, we are going to learn what to do if you're ever in a car accident. Let's face it, getting in a traffic accident is a horrible experience, whether it's your fault or not. There's a flood of emotions, often a bit of chaos, and usually some confusion about what just happened. Being prepared can make the process a whole lot easier. Just keeping a pen, some paper, and a flashlight in your glove compartment is a great help when it comes to collecting information. It's critical that you calm down and take a step-by-step approach to the aftermath of a collision. What you do in the next seconds, minutes, and hours are crucial to protecting your health and your pocketbook. Plus, it ensures that you are doing all the things that you are legally required to do. So, here is a rundown of how to prepare for the unexpected and what to do after an auto accident. First, check yourself and your passengers for injuries. In the moments following a collision, thoroughly check yourself and your passengers for injuries. If you or any of them have neck or back pain, don't move and wait for the first responders to arrive. Paramedics know the proper ways to safely treat injuries without creating additional trauma. Call 911, and if you're unable to, then ask a bystander to call for help. Next, check your immediate surroundings. Take a deep breath, remain calm, and assess what is going on around you. Are you safe? Do you smell smoke? Is there anything that you must do immediately to keep yourself safe? In the case of an accident, the first priority is safety. Everything else is secondary. Next, be on the alert for drivers leaving the scene. Keep in mind that the other driver may not stick around, especially if they are at fault or uninsured. If this is the case, attempt to photograph or write down their license plate number to share with the police and your insurance company. Next, check the occupants of other vehicles for injuries. Watch for traffic, and if it's safe to exit your vehicle, check the occupants of any other cars and pedestrians who were involved for injuries and call 911. Even seemingly minor injuries should be checked out so that they don't lead to more significant problems down the road. Call 911. Don't assume that someone has already called for help. You don't want there to be any unnecessary delay in responding to your accident by paramedics and ambulance. This time period right here is not the time to get into any prolonged conversations with others about the accident. Right at this particular moment, you're just trying to make sure that everyone that was involved is safe or getting the help that they need. There's time to talk about what took place later on. Next, call the police. Even with minor accidents, having a police report can help insurance companies and courts get to the truth. Most police departments won't respond to minor fender benders, but if there is an injury or if the wrecked cars are a traffic hazard, then yes, they will show up. The responding officers will fill out an accident report and document the scene. If the police can't come to the scene of the accident, you can go to the nearest police station and complete the report yourself. If any other drivers involved in the accident don't want to call the police, you should consider that as a red flag that they might be uninsured or that they were driving under the influence or having intoxicants. And this is something that you want the police to know, in which case it is all the most important for you to call the police and have them show up at the scene. When the police do respond, provide them with your driver's license, your registration, and proof of insurance. Ask for the name and badge number of all officers that are investigating the scene of the accident. Also, ask them where you can get a copy of your police report. Your insurance company may request a copy of the report, and this is needful for you to file a claim. Next, call for a tow truck or roadside assistance, or you can even have the police help you arrange for a tow truck to arrive to take care of your car and take it to the body shop. They will also put cones and flares out on the road so that they prevent additional accidents happening because people are trying to navigate their way around your vehicle. Next, don't admit fault or downplay injuries. It's important not to admit fault or place blame on the other driver when providing information to the police. Because of your admission, you could have that statement used against you in a lawsuit by the other driver. Let the police decide who was at fault. If you suspect you were at fault, it's best to simply state the facts, such as which direction you were driving in. What was your speed? Officer, I was driving north on Woodward. My speed was 38 miles per hour. And the next thing I knew, a car from the other direction hit me. Simply state the facts. Your insurance company's adjuster or claims representative will investigate the accident to determine who is actually at fault. You should also avoid telling the other driver or police that you feel fine. Simply tell them you don't feel like you need medical attention at this time. It's very common to not feel injuries or pain at the scene of the crime when your adrenaline is pumping. And when you go home hours later, days later, now you feel pain in your back, your neck, your leg, you've got whiplash. Once you've calmed down and the adrenaline in your body has settled, now you can truly feel the impact of that car crash. So don't say, I feel fine. Say, at this time, I don't think medical attention is necessary. Next, move your car to a safe place and put it in park. If the accident was minor and you're not injured, after you've taken pictures to document the scene, if it's safe, then it's best to move your vehicle to a safe spot out of the flow of traffic. If there are severe injuries to anyone involved, however, you should leave your car right where it's at for the accident investigation. When you move your vehicle, do it slowly so that you don't cause further damage or injuries. Calm down and remember to turn your hazard lights on and put your car in park with the parking brake on. And then you can turn your vehicle off. If you have a chance, look at any other cars involved in the accident and take pictures and jot down their license plate numbers just in case they decide to drive away from the scene. Whatever you do, you should not leave the scene of the accident. If you must go because you feel threatened or it is otherwise unsafe for you to remain where you are, then you should call 911. And while you're on the phone with them, explain why you are leaving, go to a safe place, and when the first responders arrive, return to the scene of the accident. Leaving the scene of an accident is very risky because you can get ticketed for that, or you can even be arrested as a hit and run driver. So really take this into consideration. Only if you feel like something's going to happen to you, if you continue to wait, should you leave. And then, like I say, while you're on the phone with 911, tell them, hey, I don't feel safe. This and this is taking place. I'm going to go here to this location. And when the first responders show up, I'll return. Tell them where you're going. That way you can establish and document that you weren't fleeing the scene, but you were just moving to safety. Okay? Next, watch your emotions. If you've just been in an accident, your head is probably spinning with emotions. You'll be angry. You'll be, emotional, in tears. It's a really crucial and confusing time. Make sure during this time that you breathe. Just keep taking deep breaths to calm yourself, to calm the adrenaline. Make sure that you do not attack the other driver verbally or physically. Make sure that when the accident happens, you avoid trying to accuse the other person of being at fault. Even though you may know it, even though they may have been negligent, even though they were the ones that was in the wrong. Don't get into a conversation where you are saying, yeah, it was your fault. You did this. You just keep breathing, remain calm. Because getting into an argument with another driver or saying that you are sorry for what happened can cause you legal issues. The side of the road is not the place to assess responsibility for an accident. Avoid inadvertently claiming responsibility, saying, oh, you know what? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Say, oh my God, how did this happen? Make generalized statements. Don't take ownership, because you could be wrong. It could really not be your fault. That's why it's important for you to let the professionals, the police officer, and the insurance claim adjusters review all of the evidence and make a determination. Next, document the scene with pictures. Everyone has a cell phone. Everyone has a cell phone. Use that cell phone to take as many photographs as possible. You want to document the accident scene both in words and with photos. Be sure to get an overall view of the scene of the car accident, as well as detailed shots, such as damage to the car and skid marks on the ground. Take a photo of the other driver standing with their vehicle. That makes it difficult for them to later try and claim, oh, it wasn't me. Someone borrowed my car or my car was stolen. That's crucial. If you can get a picture of the driver with their vehicle, that's really good evidence for you to present to the police and your insurance company. Be sure to take photos of all four sides of the other cars involved in the accident. You don't want to be blamed for damage that occurs later on or wasn't caused by the collision that you were in. Document any property damage, even if it's as minor as tire marks across someone's grass. Document all of that. That will only help your case and your situation. Jot down notes for yourself about what you remember, such as whether it was daylight or at night, whether there were working street lights or whether the pavement was wet or icy, where the sun was and whether the sun was in your eyes. These are all important and key factors that will be needed in your case that your investigator, your claims representative will be investigating. They will also want to know things like, were you using your windshield wipers or were your headlights on? Did the other cars use their headlights and turn signals? These are all things that you should jot down and write down so that right when it's fresh, jot these things down, because as time goes on, you can easily forget little details that are really important to your case. You should also draw a diagram of the scene. Document the direction each vehicle was traveling. Spend a few minutes at the roadside writing down your recollections. It will help you later when you have to recreate the details of the accident report for your insurance company. Next, exchange information with the other parties. Parties involved in a collision are required by law to exchange information with everyone involved in the accident. You should exchange your name, your address, phone number, email address, your insurance company's name, and your car insurance policy numbers. You'll also want to make a note of the make, the model, and the color of their vehicle and their license plate number. Using your cell phone, make sure you take pictures of their driver's license, their registration card, their insurance documents, and their license plate. If the name of the driver does not match the registration or proof of insurance, try to determine the relationship of the individual that was involved in the accident. In other words, it was their parents' car or their girlfriend's car. Try to determine who this person is that you were in an accident with in relationship to who is responsible for the insurance on the car and the registration of the car. If there are any eyewitnesses, make sure that you get their contact information so that it can be utilized in your report and with your insurance company. When the police, if they're on the scene, make sure you get the number of the police report and the badge number or the business card of the officer dispatched to investigate the accident on the scene. Next, you should file an accident report. Filing a Michigan car accident police report is one of the most important things you can do after a motor vehicle crash. Assuming that you're able, you should always call the police and make a police report. You'll need to file a police report for a car accident in Michigan if you're involved in a crash that results in the death or injury or property damage of $1,000 or more. You must immediately report the crash at the nearest or most convenient police station or to the nearest or most convenient police officer. The officer to whom you report the crash must fill out and file a police report. The report that the officer will complete is called a UD-10 traffic crash report. And the cost to obtain a copy of it is going to be $10. To order a copy, all you have to do is contact the police department that came to the scene of the accident and investigate. Or you can go online and order a copy from the Michigan Car Accident Police Report website through the state of Michigan, Michigan State Police Traffic Crash Purchasing System. The link is here below, https://m.j.boss.state.mi.us. This is what the form is, this is what the form looks like. Once you get onto the website, you're going to have to enter in, you're going to have to do your search either by your report number or your name. And once you enter that information in and then make your payment, then you'll be able to download and print the actual report that was filed and submitted on your behalf. Okay. Next, you need to contact your insurance company. The next step is dreaded by a lot of people because they assume that if they report it, that means their insurance rates will go up. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. However, filing a report promptly to notify your insurance company after an auto accident can leave you legally exposed for damage stemming from the collision. So a lot of people say, oh no, I'll take care of it myself because I don't want my rates to go up. I was in a car accident. Well, my husband was in a car accident. And it was his fault. And the rates did go up, but it wasn't that significant. The rate increase was not that significant, and it only lasted for a year. After a year, the rates went back down. So truthfully, you're paying for insurance every month for the purpose of, in the event you have an accident. So you've been paying all these months accident free. Now you have an accident and you hedge and debate because you're going, well, my rates may go up. Well, what about all the money you've paid already? What is that going towards? So it's just, for me, it makes more sense to just go ahead and go through your insurance company and let them take care of it. If it's not your fault, then the insurance company will make the other people's insurance company pay for it. So it's just not worth the hassle to me, But and they make it so easy for you to file a claim. They now have insurance apps on your phone. There's always the toll-free number on your insurance card where if anything happens, you just call that number and they take care of things. They start the claim right then. They dispatch towing service for you if you have that, included in your insurance. They set up your rental car if you have that included in your insurance. And by the way, if you don't have rental car assistance or roadside assistance, you need to add that to your policy because it is so easy and convenient and necessary, because there's nothing worse than trying to, in the middle of an unexpected event like a car accident, trying to figure things out along those lines. You also have to watch out when you have a car accident and tow trucks just magically showed up. You got to be careful, because there are a lot of scams out there. Yeah, they'll tow your vehicle, but they'll tow your vehicle to a place that your insurance company didn't want it to go to, and then they'll hold your vehicle for hostage and charge you storage fees because your vehicle is sitting on their lot. So you got to be careful. You got to be mindful of that kind of stuff. Once you file the claim and report it to your insurance policy, your insurance company, they will contact you. An adjuster or a claims representative will contact you, and they will make arrangements to take a look at your vehicle and assess the damages, and determine what it is they're going to do and how much it's going to cost and what they will allow towards repair. And again, you should purchase roadside assistance and vehicle replacement assistance, the ability to rent a car, because here you are, you're in this accident and all this is going on. You still have life to live. You still have to get back and forth to work and run your errands. Well, how are you going to do that if your car is in the shop? So it is so convenient and necessary to have that in your insurance policy. And again, it doesn't cost that much more. You know, it's not like it's going to increase your policy by hundreds of dollars. You know, you're only talking $10, $20 increase. That's not a lot. Next, you should visit your doctor. If you have even the slightest indication that you might be injured, you should visit your doctor or go to an urgent care clinic. There, they will ask you for your auto insurance information, because if it is a car accident, they will utilize the insurance from the car policy rather than your regular medical insurance to bill this. Injuries stemming from a car crash typically become a part of the auto insurance claim. Small pains often become big pains in the days following a car crash, because you're calm now, the adrenaline's gone, and you're really able to feel the impact of the car crash on your body. So by visiting a medical professional, you don't only want to get their assistance, but you also want to get the documentation that the injury is connected to the car crash. So it's important that you go to visit your doctor or an urgent care unit to have them, look you over and make sure that nothing more serious has happened to you that could pop up later. And you want it so that you have that documentation. Okay, so now it's time to get your car repaired. You can use the recommended or approved body shops from your insurance company, or you can take your damaged vehicle to the body shop of your choice. You should get at least a few estimates for the repair of your vehicle and decide whichever one is best for you. Make sure you also stay in contact with your insurance company after reporting an accident, and keep all of your accident-related documents organized as you work with your adjuster through your claim process. Finally, no one likes to think about the prospect of being in a car accident, but if you are, it's important to know what to do. Being involved in a car accident can be a stressful, confusing experience. But if you think ahead and understand what steps to take, you may feel better prepared for the unexpected. Well, friends, that is all my time for today. Thanks again for tuning in to Life Skills FYI. Feel free to reach out to me. My number is 586-842-0558 if you have any questions or you want to talk about anything, or if you want any reference to, any resource, feel free to reach out. Thanks again for tuning into Life Skills FYI. I will see you next time, and remember to always adult responsibly.